I think they came out from Marshall to tell us about the war because we didn't have equipment to do now. And then Ferdy got a notice in the mail that he was drafted. And he had to go to St. Paul to apply. So then he got a kind of a leave for a farm for a while, but not very long, maybe 2 months. So then we had to wait. Then after the 2 months, he had to go. Then he went in St. Cloud, where they put him in a bunch. Then they went to, where did they go to get the whole bunch together? I think they pretty well got together at St. Cloud. Then he had to travel to Mississippi, where the big bunch went. Actually, the first, when they got it all together, there's 30,000 soldiers that left from Camp Campbell to go to the war. Freddie was one of them. But it's really hard, you know. All those guys were gone now. And we had to do a lot more work at home. And sugar was a shortage. So you couldn't bake. We baked with white syrup, cookies. Oh, they weren't real good. But the cake or everything. So we didn't bake a lot because it just wasn't good, wasn't worth it. Oh, I suppose I was kind of depressed because it was just nothing to do, you know, but sit and work. Virgil is still home. So we did go to dances once in a while. Virgil and I and Charlotte and her boyfriend, whoever he was at the time. We had fun though. Always so sure he would. That's one thing. I always thought he'd come back. I never worried about that much. And he didn't either. He said he always thought he would too. So he said it was pretty close one time when they were on the bivouacs, you know, where they had to pretend they were in the oil. It was just like being there. It was kind of like on a chain thing, you know, you go so fast, but then this, one of us does one thing, one puts a cap on, shoo them along, you know. It was interesting in a way. And you wanted to do it because they needed the bullets. But I didn't like staying in the city, in a little, man had a little apartment, you know. Then I had Carol. I took her along sometimes I left her with Mom. And that wasn't good either. You always had to worry about her. But then when we had to do it though, because they needed helpers. They'd make you. In fact, they wanted me to go to Utah into the factory there, airplane factory, working there. They would give me a babysitter and everything to come. But I just didn't want to go so far away. Oh, that was great. We were all so happy the war was over. Singing, it was like New York had big fireworks and everything. Big thing going on because the war was over. Only a little bayonet scratch on his arm, nothing else. Coming in perfect health. And he was so happy to get out of there. Nervous for one thing. He didn't sleep good. One night he even knocked me out of bed. He had a nightmare. Yeah, he had a hard time getting over the shock of, you know, bullets. And going over and camping in what do they call those holes, potholes? No,
Foxholes.
foxholes. Yeah, that's it. He said one time he dug so many because he thought, well, he'd dig another one. Maybe, well, maybe that one was good enough. He'd dig another foxhole. So he's jumping from one foxhole to another foxhole. Really kept it busy though.